Well, good morning. It's a little late, but it's still morning. 10 o'clock. Got another one of those stinking yearlings out in the neighbors again this morning, standing right there at the gate like she wanted in. Then she run down there, halfway down the holding pen and stood there like she expected me to go cut the fence open to let her in. Stupid little pain in the butt. So that's how my day started. Getting some of that hay delivered today. Number one, number two, and my wife are across the road from me right now with the truck. Excuse me. Delivering 50 bales to the lady. I was gonna hopefully get rid of the 50 that are on the bale wagon, but I gave that guy a call this morning and haven't heard anything back from him. Well, I know. People have lives. I almost got a window there. I just decided to come into this piece. This got tedder raked 3 or 4 days before I got baled. And it was that 3 or 4 days of the very first real hot weather, and we had a good wind. So Mother Nature played with too much of it. That's some over here I got to play with. So when number one baled it, she left quite a bit. She was trying to follow the bigger windrows. Of course, she knew it was going to come in and do the corners and go in big bales, because I wasn't able to get out here with the bale wagon and pick up for her, get the corners cleared. So, yay. This means I spend a bunch of time sitting in this. I need to go up a gear though. The other rake could be better. Got a rake dolly with two old 55 and a 56 New Holland instead of these. Cover almost 20 feet at a time. You stretch it all the way out. Makes it a little nicer. Just go run up and down both sides till you shove a windrow together. With this thing, pretty much one-sided. I mean, it ends up rolling it all together, but I'm only covering about 9 feet at a time. Makes it for a pain. There, kick her in the butt. I did get the rake slowed down the other day, so now we got to run the engine higher up on this, so we actually got a little power. This thing's still a teetotaler when it comes to eating fuel. Yeah, grab that little piece there. I've been laying there too long. It's kind of musty on the bottom. I don't like that, but oh well. It is what it is. And she said she couldn't get into this corner. Well, baler would have turned sharp enough. It's just easier to drag it out of the corner with this. And I got a roll of, there are 5 rolls of canary grass there, windrows. And a hole in between the inside 2 windrows. So I'll just roll the one out and throw the others together. Oh yeah, that's our fun day. Probably end up with the other rakes hooked on before too much longer. I got 40 acres to run this set of rakes through, and then we'll have to get that oats cut. Dragging my feet because I don't have time to do it, but at the same time it's got to get done before it gets any more mature. And now they're saying a 70% chance of rain on Thursday. And I really don't want that stuff laying on the ground to get rained on. That's about the last thing I want. But, say it is what it is. I doubt I'm going to get to it. I want to get the rest of this in a bale and hopefully get it in. I don't like having, no, I've got, what, 3 semi-loads or almost 3 semi-loads of big bales still in the field right now. If I can get the baler going today like I want to, I'm going to dig around and catch this little patch and another little patch I forgot about. And then go on to one that's already raked. It's been raked for almost a week. But that's the one I was going to try to go bale the other night. My eyeballs weren't going to allow for that. Then I was going to try to do it the next morning, and we got that wasn't due, so I thought, well, okay, it should be tough enough to make a good bale. Ended up with the frickin' little shower there to screw things up. That shower really did not amount to a damn thing. Everything got wet, and oops, I missed a strip. And everything was dry 5 minutes later. The ground was dry 5 minutes later, I should say. I did end up putting top tiers on the stack on top when I went inside because they were still damp. Let them dry out that way, not be an issue. Not that I'm worried about that little bit of moisture burning the barn down, but that little bit of moisture could end up molding if you get it stuck in the middle of the stack. I don't need that. Little white mold screws up a lot of things. So, anyway, hopefully here in a few days, well, probably longer than that. I gotta say, I gotta get that other stuff cut first. We'll get the other rakes on and get a video of that. Christy Haven wants to see what they look like and how it's set up. He just set a couple of side delivery rakes up to pull one behind the other. Same thing we used to do. Oh yeah, now that I've bored you for 7 minutes, I'll let you go for a while. Here's what I love about bicycles. I was right on their butt because they didn't want to ride. Now they're going to ride fast enough. There's no way I can get around them. But they're really not getting ahead of me either. Till this hill up here where they're going to slow down and I'm not. No common sense. They were just barely tooling along right up until they saw me at the intersection. Then they made sure to get in front of me. Gotta love it. A little father-daughter time. That one's a little efficient on one twine. I really haven't had, hate to say much, otter issues today, but I did a little tiny field down there near creek bottom. Counted 3 bales. There's only 2 bales laying in the field. Hey, somebody's dinging me. I got in here. This is where we took little bales off of, and the neighbor down here picked up most of them. Clear down in that freaking corner. I had an issue. Picked up a wad of crap and 2 knotters. Wrapped the crap and the twine around the bill hook. So, of course, when she got here, what'd she get to do? Mess with 2 screwed up bales. Bad thing is when she raked, she got a little issue. The rakes weren't all the way down. One side was down, the other side wasn't. And this field wasn't too bad. Only a couple spots where it wasn't right. But the corners in another field that we left from making little bales. Yeah, I had 6 passes on every corner to get everything. A lot of beating myself up. But, you know, it is what it is. So far I've got 18 bales here. She's been taking them out and across the culvert up there. And I don't know what we'll get in a minute. I gotta go here on the other side of the trees. Little tiny frickin' patch. All getting overgrown into it. Access into it is literally crap. I barely fit in with this. I'm hoping she did a good job raking that, because, you know, any of you that know, there's nothing worse than falling on a crappy raking job. That would be why I told my father years ago, I'm not bailing behind you. He figured that out with tedder rake. I always told him, I said, no, don't leave it swinging free behind you because it makes question marks on the corners. I got a freaking rotten log right here. And those question marks on the corners, you cannot turn and follow them. It's pretty much physically impossible. He couldn't understand that. And it was actually that piece of the neighbors that we lost the lease on up along the road, the worst corner to make question marks. He did it. And it was going in little bales that year. So he never did run the big baler. But he got in there and did it. And when he was done, I went out with the big baler and cleaned his corners up. He understood then. That's why, oh man, I can't think of his name. I know he'll watch this. The guy with the Krone mower I want. He's got a Vermeer tedder rake that's identical to the Lely Lotus that we have, just about 40 years newer. Like I mentioned to him, lock it up when you're going. We don't even swing it over for transport anymore because that little tractor we run it on, it puts the weight out too far. So it's got an SMP emblem marked way off to the side. And yeah, sea ink still coming up once in a while. Anyway, so what if we're 10 feet wide going down the road? I'm 12.4 with this, and the hay mower is over 10 foot. And maybe I spoke too soon. Maybe not. Looks like it's coming up. See, the flag's bouncing. There it went. Number 6, which is the one to the left of the screen, closest to the fan up there. It was hung up. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes they'll pop on their own. A friend of mine I used to haul silage for, he did a lot of big baling also. And one of those things, 1 o'clock in the morning, you're thinking, oh, I know he's in the field somewhere. Call him and pick his brain. We used to call each other back and forth to do that. And I asked him one night, I said, how many strokes do you let it go before you go unhook one? He goes, I usually let it go about 10. Well, he was making an 8-foot bale, which would be about 47 flakes per bale. We make a 6-foot bale, which is 34 flakes per bale generally. Should pop up here in a minute on the screen, say how many I got. 33. So anyway, so I don't like letting it go that far because if it does, it gets back too far where you can't retie it by hand. So I'll usually go 4 or 5, maybe. Oh well. I guess that's enough for now. This might be the end of the video. I don't know. I got one more piece to do here. It's on the other side of the house in the barn over here. It's about 5 acres, I guess. Somewhere in there. It's where she was going to make little bales and got hung up in the cat piss. Nothing kind of sours you more than digging a little baler out when you plug the feeder up on it. And you end up smelling like cat piss the rest of the day. So, I go in big bales. I think it just happened to be the spot that she was in when she plugged it. Unfortunately, there's still a bunch of cats around here. I've seen 2 today. The other day when I come in here, picking up the rest of the hay, I saw 4. And God knows there used to be like 50 or 60 of them. So, anyway. Yeah, I probably will call this the end of it. So, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. I always figure if I'm going to watch somebody's video, if I saw something that sparked my interest, I'm going to watch it, whether I'm subbed or not. I hit the like on the way in. That way I don't forget it. And I ain't got nothing against anybody. Give them all the points they can get. So, oh yeah, there you go. And she's gonna love that because that's one of the bad twine on it. I should let her know. All right, thanks for watching. Rarely happens. It is barely sticking out. Usually it's half out. Last move I did, woohoo, I went and made 2 bales in the creek bottom. One with other place and made 34 bales. And then went down to where other patch I raked this morning and made 2 whole bales. It was cleanup. We got to go by there to pick other stuff up anyway. But moving both times today between fields. The other bale was a foot farther in than that one. That never happens. Happened twice in one day. Go figure. I'm calling it a day. It's warm out. It's humid. It's only 4:30. There's still plenty of day left, but yeah, I'm done for the day. Actually, I need to get a hold of the guy that hay on the bale wagon needs to go to. Maybe I can get that delivered tonight so I don't have to do it in the morning. Because I want the bale wagon out of my way. Get it done, it can get cleaned up, throw some grease on it, throw some fuel in it, and go up on the hill and get parked in the barn. It's the only place I got for it. Yay. Thanks for watching, everybody.